It's orange umbrella time!
Hey guys, and welcome back to the Orange Umbrella. Today we're watching me play Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Now, it'll become very obvious to you watching me play this game that I'm not the best at it. But that being said, I mean, there is some humor in trying and failing, right? But, I am aware that it may not be all that entertaining to just watch. But since I've been asked to post some Call of Duty videos up, I figured I would at least talk through it and make it a little bit more bearable for those of you who aren't die-hard Call of Duty fans. Okay, so essentially, I'm just going to be saying some stuff as it comes to me that I think is funny. Some of it's from my life, some of it's things that I do, some of it's something I've done, you know, things like that. So if that sounds like fun, strap in your seatbelt, guys, unless you ride motorcycles, and we're gonna have a good time. Alrighty. Now, the first thing you should know about me is I'm your typical nobody. I haven't done anything that's so dramatic in my life that I'm actually gonna be an outstanding person in the crowd. Pretty much, I don't know. I'm the invisible guy in the room. So you'll walk around and be like, hey, Pat and Carl, and, you know, there's Donna over there, and then, where's Steven? Oh, he's been here the whole time. Yep, that's that guy. Well, I was like, okay, so let's check out and see exactly how invisible I am. Because, you know, I'm one of those guys who just, you know, I guess, I think it's funny. To me, it's not that disturbing until I start thinking about it, and I don't get depressed about it. But I was looking online, and I was like, I wonder if I can Google myself and find me. So I tried it, and sure enough, nothing came up. And that wasn't really that surprised, because I really don't have a very big online presence. I mean, let's be honest, my Facebook page has more posts that my mom has put on it that I've been notified. Motified? The words that I come up with. Notified about that my mom posted that made it to my timeline more than the ones that I've actually posted. I think it's probably been like a year since I posted anything on my Facebook page. So I was like, that doesn't really surprise me that I don't even come up in a Google search. But there is this app online that you can use called Truth Finder. And you use this app to kind of like find people who you may or may not know wherever they're at. You know, if they're over 18, you can probably find them on Truth Finder. Now, this is a tricky thing because you never know what you'll find out about yourself when you use an app like this that you can have. So I was a little bit hesitant to search for myself because I didn't want to find out that I was hiding something from myself or something like that. You never know. Those alternate personalities can be jerks sometimes. So I finally go ahead with it. I search my name, and then I answer a few questions about myself. Am I an only child? Do I live in Florida? Things like that. And I'm going through it, and then about 5 minutes later, the thing comes up with all these different people that share my name, and I go down the entire list, and I'm not in it. And I was like, oh my gosh, not even the government knows I'm there. So I'm starting to get a little depressed about this, and then my friend texted me, and I was like, oh well, at least the people who matter know I'm a person, you know. So that happened. Turns out I'm not even on Truth Finder, so that was a bit depressing. But it's not the end of the world, you know. They're coming up with all kinds of new solutions to problems and improvements that we can make to our society. So just being existent doesn't matter so much because you can actually live a full life and never have to talk to the person next to you. So this is what's great about technology. I love this part. So, you know, I mean, like, you can have all kinds of conversations and not ever have to deal with these other people, you know? You can have fun gaming experiences and not know any of the retards you're shooting with your gun. You can be great at YouTube and not ever have to talk to another person in your life, you know? I mean, for me, it's just this little camera thing that I have to talk to. I mean, I can be completely introverted and have a great social life if I use YouTube, which is great because I'm kind of an introvert, so yeah, tell that to the people I work with, but they'll never believe you. They're like, that guy's so weird, he's always talking to people. But they're making improvements to pretty much everything in life, from video games to travel and traffic and problems and trains. You know, they're coming out with something. They're starting to make a new kind of public transit system. Now this is kind of weird because I was like, who actually uses public transportation these days anyway? Either you have a car or you ride your bike, you know? I mean, most people really don't just call the bus. But then I got my job and I work at a grocery store, so I found all these people and they're like, no, I need bag for grocery because I'm riding bus. I'm like, riding the bus? Like, who are you, grandma? They're like, I am a grandma and I'm riding the bus, so I need all my bags and groceries. And I'm like, I can't put your bags in groceries, but I can put your groceries in bags. So I get them out there, and sure enough, they jump on the bus and they go. And I'm like, okay, so public transportation at its finest, you know. And apparently they're coming out with a new system that they can hopefully implement in the next few years that they're going to be testing. They're trying to put people inside of underground pods, and get this, they're going to shoot them through vacuum tubes. Like Meet the Robinsons. This is what I'm thinking of. I think of Lewis Robinson shooting all around underground with a thing on his head with fruit all over it, you know? I mean, that's what I think of. And I'm thinking to myself, how are they going to get people to jump into a vacuum tube? Like, could you imagine all the ways that could go wrong, being trapped underground in one of those high-speed vacuum tubes? I mean, like, if all the air is sucked out of it, how are you going to wait around for a repairman, you know? I mean, if you're traveling, rocketing underground, trying to get from one place to the next, it's like just short of teleportation, you know? And then maybe something goes wrong and you get stuck halfway through this dry tube, and you're like, I need help, guys. And then everyone else is thinking, you know, help would be nice, but we're stuck underground rocketing through these tubes, and there's no air down here because it's a vacuum tube, and there's no people down here because we're underground. So good luck repairing it. We'll probably be here till we die, you know. So I don't know. I'm kind of skeptical about the whole vacuum tube thing. I think Japan had it right when they made bullet trains, you know. Why don't we just be more like Japan? They're short, but they got it going for them. So, you know, and besides that, how many Japanese people do you know who don't look adorable, right? I mean, Japanese people are awesome. I love Japan. So I think we could solve our transportation problems if we just made bullet trains. What do you guys think? Vacuum tubes or bullet trains? I mean, to be fair, though, if a bullet train breaks down, you have the risk that another bullet train is going to hit it from behind. So, I mean, those suckers go so fast. Anyway, so if you guys have any special thoughts about bullet trains and vacuum tube trains, let me know, because that would definitely spark an interesting conversation, I could think. So if you guys are thinking about all that, that'd be great. Now, what other kinds of advancements are we making these days? Between social networking and everything else, you don't even have to have a life to have a life. You can make all kinds of money and be one of those pale people who sits inside your house all week long. You know, and I'm like, okay, so I understand what the appeal of that is, because it'd be nice not to ever have to get out from under your covers again. But for real, what kind of life even is that? I mean, so you can go out and work a job. Actually, you can even order your groceries from the house, you know, with apps like Shipt and Instacart. You don't even have to leave the house to go grocery shopping, you know? It's this whole smoking them out mentality is not going to work, because you're sitting out in their front yard trying to smoke them out of their house and be like they have to come out for food eventually, and then some Instacart guy pushes past you in the front lawn and says, excuse me, I gotta give them their food, you know? I mean, there's just no winning anymore, you know? There's a technology thing for everything. I mean, they have a button that you can push that'll turn on your lights in the house now. I mean, it's all just kind of going crazy. As far as going with phones and electronics, they have stuff that you could put on your windows to raise your blinds for you and open the windows and pull back your retracting glass doors. They have robots that vacuum your floors and cook your food for you. I'm like, dang. I mean, at what point does it stop being convenient and start being living your life? I mean, what are the limits that you guys would put on robots? Something else to comment about that I'll probably talk about in a later video is robots. Is it a necessity or is it a convenience? And then if that is the case, what is the purpose in people? So that's my future topic, and I'm about wrapped up for today, as you guys can see me wrapping up this game. I hope you've enjoyed watching me slaughter all these innocent soldier people with guns. And I hope I'll see you the next time. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And this will be the conclusion. Have a good day.
See ya!